but there is only one thing a fortune hunter wants with a pretty face. My position as governess to Lady Malvern is already arranged, aunt. That is easily mended with a letter. Her aunt waved her hand dismissively. You will never succeed as a governess. You will be sent home as soon as you arrive, once the mistress sees your face. I told your mother how it would be. I have little choice, aunt. Without father or Christopher to provide for us, I must have an income. This is neither the time nor the place to discuss it. I will find you a husband this season, but stay away from him. Aunt Tilda nodded her head towards the door that Colonel Shelton had walked through. She has already consented to the opening quadrille with him, Jane pointed out. Her aunt sighed. I suppose you must dance with him then, but only once. Make it plain to him that you are uninterested, though I am not sure why he is singling out a young miss. It is not at all like him. Am I to be rude? Emma asked. No, never be rude. You will not have learned the subtleties in the country, but do not elaborate when he asks you questions. Only answer as little as necessary. Do not encourage him with your eyes. I will do my best, Emma endeavoured to sound reassuring. I know you will, my dear. Her aunt placed her hand on her arm. If only things were not so desperate. Forgive me, I must attend to my guests now. She opened her fan and flitted it before rushing away. Emma and Jane watched her move toward Lady Crofton, with her arms stretched forward in welcome. Mother is right, you know, Jane said. You will not succeed as a governess. I can and I will because I have to, Emma replied, infusing her voice with fierce determination. You mistake me, Emma. It is not your abilities we speak of, but the wandering eyes and hands of men. It is a known fact. Emma shuddered. Nevertheless, I cannot refuse £200 per annum when my mother and siblings will go hungry, she explained. Oh, that certainly means the master is horrid, or the children are, if they offered you such a sum. Here comes my first partner, Jane said. Do not fret. We shall find you a husband. Emma blew out a frustrated breath. Things were not so simple as finding a husband. Ominous words, to be sure, a deep voice said from behind her. Emma started. I apologize. That was badly done. I came to claim my dance and overheard, Colonel Shelton said as he held out his hand. Emma did not know how to respond to such ill manners, so she inclined her head in a cool nod. He let out a harsh laugh. I'm to be punished for my uncouth ways, no doubt. He led her to the dance floor, and they took their places across from one another in the set. Emma kept hoping the floor would open up and swallow her, or someone would yell fire to save her from this predicament. She was out of her depth conversationally, in age and experience. She knew none of those deceptive arts her aunt had referred to. In her country village they spoke plainly, but she dared not alienate this man, as she desperately wanted to ask him about her brother, how his last days had been, and whether he had been happy. Had he been brave? Had he ever spoken of her? And why had he been killed? She had to muster some courage. The quadrille progressed with relative smoothness, and she was thankful her feet had recalled the steps while her mind had been elsewhere. Very well, he said after a stretch of painful silence. I believe I can recall from my youth how to carry on an insipid conversation. I must say, however, I expected more from a sister of Christopher Standridge. She shot him an angry look. Excellent. I'm glad to know there is warm life in there. You amuse yourself in insulting me, sir. I do nothing of the sort, he retorted. The movements of the set then separated them, and she was left to ponder his reasons for dancing with her. He spoke first when they came back together. Has my reputation already been so polluted to your innocent ears? I may have heard some things, yes. I see. May I presume this is your first season in London? I am visiting my aunt before journeying north to a new position. Why had she said that to him? He showed no signs of hearing her. And how is the family in Devon? They were in good health when I left them, thank you. The movements of the dance saved her from furthering the uncomfortable conversation until they were reunited at the end. I trust your aunt will warn you against me, Miss Standridge. There is likely some truth in rumours. I would like to say, however, you will all...